So we're with Bernhard Naegele of Adlung Spiele, and these are some of our favorite, I think, I can say that safely for Dave and I, of all of the German card games. We really enjoy how you're able to pack such different varieties of game experiences into such small boxes that they're all so radically different. And we're going to get a kind of sampling of some of the cool new card games from Adlung Spiele here. So let's start.
Hello. I start with Fliegende Teppiche in German, English flying carpets. In all of our games, the English rules are included, and we are. If you pull the small lid, the back lid, you can see what the actual number of our Adlung edition is. So this flying carpets is number 88.
I did not know that. That's a nice little special secret.
The next secret is there's some words of the private words from the author. So it's
like a dedication.
A dedication in the books. Yes.
Nice.
Flying carpets is a flying card. You have to toss cards and hit targets. You fly to locations and collect the cards if you the only one on the card, or you battle with genies if there's another player wants to claim the same card.
Okay.
So
that sounds fun.
Probably you could have a try.
All right. Is there a rule about how we can flip them?
The perimeter is the perimeter of the table.
Okay.
Is, the line behind you have to the card leave.
So I have to stay here.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Oh wow, too hard.
Okay. In this case, the game plays several turns and several stages. A stage is 12 cards, and each player can form a stage. You're allowed to position the cards as you like, because they are quite different. For the desert, for example, you get -5 points if you score it. So
you don't want to land there.
So don't want to land there. And this is a wild.
Okay.
And everybody likes the wild. It's extremely powerful in this game. And we play several rounds until only 3 or less cards are in the table. Then we fill it up to 12, and the next stage starts. And after each stage, there's an intermediate scoring. The intermediate scoring only asks for palaces. So most player with palaces score +5 points, and least palaces -5 points, and all players. So multiple players having no palaces, that happens quite often, -5 points. But you can
use your wilds as palaces.
As palaces, right?
Oh, you're gonna make me say this too.
No, the better part is we were censored on BGG, because if you translate this to American English, you get censored. So it's in German, Kikeriki Mäh. Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, it's Kikeriki Mäh, and the translation is, this is the sound a cock makes. And this is a sound sheep makes. So what it translates to
Cock-a-Doodle-Doo.
Cock-a-Doodle-Doo Bah.
Bah.
And the cock was obviously deleted. Beep.
I love it. Beep, a doodle-doo. That's what it should be. Or not.
Okay. It's a children's game, family game. Some adults may like it. We had a lot of fun at the show, demoing to the trainers.
It looks wacky.
Oh. pick up your cards. And
One of these sets?
No, you pick it up. I start.
Okay.
Shuffle mine, and look at the first animal.
Oh, look at the first animal.
And this is a hard one. You can see on the eye. No, you don't. You don't. You look at all your cards.
Oh, I look at all my cards.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have to show the other players and turn around the topmost. And this is probably the most difficult icon. It's a special attribute connected to the animal. So in this case, bears like honey. Every child knows this.
Okay.
The ear tells me that I have to explain something, say so that you can hear it. My explaining would be in this case, remembers everything a very long time.
Okay.
So now you're looking for an animal you think suits that.
You might have seen this
criteria.
before. And it's
Okay.
an elephant.
It's an elephant. And we're both lucky because we both get rid of our cards, and that's the aim of the game.
Okay.
First player having no cards wins the game. And we have here's what is the mouth
Beak.
beak look like. Explain what the animal without mentioning its name. How tall is the animal? And you can.
So these are sets of
show it.
instructions, basically,
this
for the
is
person.
Instructions for the card, but you're not allowed to choose which card you present.
It's just whatever's on the top.
On top. And the other players, and there's a special rule. For example, this card says, how does this animal live? And if you explain, for example, a horse in a stable, other players can choose a cow, and if they both match as well, they get as well rid of the card. So
Even if it doesn't match yours.
Even doesn't it match mine? Yes.
Because it's true that cows
because it's
might
true,
be in
yes,
stables. Okay.
yes.
Well, that's
And
fun.
the highlights are, of course, you have to draw it on the table. Not that easy.
That's fun.
You have to move like it and use the floor. There's what is these Qualle? This is quite.
Oh my gosh.
We had a blast showing the movement of.
Trying to
of
move
this
like a
one.
jellyfish would be very difficult.
Oh, jellyfish. Okay. You have to make the sound.
The sound?
Or sound / look of the animal. Explain how it moves, make the sound, and show how it sleeps. Color, standard stuff, and how it eats.
How it eats. I could see this be good for little kids or adults after they maybe had a glass of wine. Or two.
Okay.
Or five.
Yes. This is Taureg. It's for 2 to 5 players, ages 10 and up, and plays in 20 to 45 minutes.
What type of game is this one compared to the others?
Family type, or not experienced gamers find it probably a little bit on the lighter side, but for beginner gamers it's quite a good choice. It's a set collection and majority. There are 4 kind of special cards, and they depend on the number of players. And there are 4 resources. It's grain. Don't know the exact name what this type of grain is.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's water, gold, and rock salt.
Okay.
In your turn, you've got 4 possible actions. First one is to draw 3 cards from the resource pile. And there are 2 resources in the beginning in the marketplace. So this is called marketplace. You hand your cache. And this is obviously your camels you're loading. Of course, the scoring, it's just 2 stages. The game falls in 2 stages, and after each stage, this happens when the resource pile is empty. There's a scoring which asks for each majority in the 4 resources.
Okay.
You have to have them on your camels or in your case or on your donkeys or underneath your thief. You draw 3 resource cards and put one back in the market. That's how the marketplace fills up. And it's your turn. You can, as a second action, as your second choice, take one of the 4 resources and take them to your camels and load them on your camels.
Okay.
As one step. But on a camel there are only space for 4 goods, and there's special rules for water and gold. So only 2 golds on a camel because obviously it flattens the camel. And only water have to be single on a camel. The third possible action is to put goods from your cache to your camel. The action from the market is only 1 resource directly on your camel. The fourth and last possible action is buying
one of these cards
card. And this could be done like I pay either with my hand or the topmost card of my camels, and this is the price I get from the resources, and this is what I have to pay. So
that's pretty straightforward.
Yes.
And then each of these, I assume, gives you some ability that affects...
The abilities is 2 victory points. The stars are the victory points.
Oh, okay.
Donkey is like a camel, just gives you more flexibility in how to load it. So you can mix water with gold, and you can change resources multiple times as you like. The cave, you can hide 2 goods underneath, and the thief cannot steal it.
The thief
steals obviously from the cache or from the topmost of your cards, and hides underneath, and it can't be stolen back again. When the resource pile is empty, we flip up our cave cards, thief cards, and donkeys, and just look on each
scoring at that point.
Yes, and if you win and have the majority of water, you score 6 victory points.
So
if it's a tie, it's one less. So only 5 for 2 players.
And each resource has its own victory requirement or victory amount.
There are more grain cards, so that's why you get less payback.
How long does it take to play this game? Average time?
30 to 40 minutes.
Nice. Well, there's some depth here in this one for a 30-minute. That packs a lot of depth for that short a playtime, I think. So last but not least here, we have another game that I understand has a bad English title.
Yes, but it's got a funny German title. It's Marienkäfer und So. That translates, in my opinion, to Ladybug and similar stuff. But
That's a scintillating title.
The English translation is of the translation office was Ladybug and Other Insects.
Not
that sexy of a title.
But bugs are not particularly sexy, so maybe we're okay.
But a game title should be.
I agree.
This is your search card, mine search card. You have to look for bugs. Look with this silhouette, looking on the insect side of the card.
Nice.
But not the crossed out I'd say.
So if that one is on the card,
But
you
are
don't
not
want it.
You're not allowed to hit the card.
Okay. So I wouldn't want that one because I had the
You-
fly.
Right.
Don't want it
Don't want it. And I don't want it either.
because it doesn't match the
Right.
silhouettes.
Yes,
Well-
of course.
Don't
I
want
would
it.
and put it and get a new search
Oh, nice.
item. The point is, it's not actually a two-player game. It's more fun with more players, and they're a better variant. This is the variant of the author. We developed a better one that not only one player has the chance to hit the table. In this variant, if every player has a stack of cards, and each player turns around, and you are allowed to hit a card, but not your own. So, and therefore I can hit this card, and you can hit, for example, this card. But all other cards leave the table, and if you don't hit a card, you run out of cards, and that's when you lose the game.
So you want to keep your
Yeah.
cards, not
Yeah.
run out of cards.
Yeah, right. And the problem is, the best you can do is 0, so no minus cards in a turn. Okay?
How many people can play this one?
2 to 6.
2 to 6.
2 to 6, and it's 6 and up.
Nice.
But fast and fun, 10 to 15 minutes.
Well, I think that seeing these 4 games, clearly you have even more
Yes.
than this. This is just sort of the tip of the iceberg here, but it really does a good job of giving you a representative sampling of the kinds of creative things you can do with a simple deck of cards. They're all different, and they all sort of cater to a different age range and a different kind of play experience that you don't have to have, although we love all the big goober. Yes. And the dice and all those things, but you don't have to have those things to find a lot of fun in a tiny little box full of cards. And I think I commend Adlung Spiele for sticking to their guns and doing that so well. Now, if people want to find out more about Adlung Spiele and all the other games that you have to offer, is there some place that they can go online to find out information?
We have got a real bad homepage. Because Carsten's connection to electronic devices is a little bit difficult, but I think all of our games are at Board Game Geek.
Okay.
And listed on Board Game Geek, and
I know
last 2 years we have even the interviews up with a live stream interviews Board Game Geek, where I demo a little bit how the principle of the game works, and I think Fun Again Games has got a selection of our games in stock.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and wish you the best of luck here at Essen.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you live.